issues, but we're really going to focus on the people behind the politics. Join us for the conversation. I cannot wait for you to listen.
It's the 12 Days of Christmas in July sales event at Auction Direct USA Used Vehicle Superstore. July 14th through 25th. Choose from over 800 in-stock vehicles. Buy now and get a $50 gift card to Wegmans. Plus, register to win a 70-inch smart TV. It's the season of giving, and you can help. Your purchase will give 200 meals to families in need. Our goal is to donate 50,000 meals to the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. Learn more at AuctionDirectUSA.com.
Atrévete a soñar, dicen.
It's got the reach, everything over there to create TV commercials that have doubled our patients coming through. It's been nothing but success since we started working with them. They've been a great team to work with.
You asked for it and it's back. The Pepper Jam Pita Burger returns for a limited time at Showmarks. Made with fresh beef, arugula, bacon, blue cheese, zesty pepper jam, and tzatziki sauce together in a warm pita. Try the Pepper Jam Pita Burger at Showmarks today.
Thanks for sticking with us. How children in our state are taught about race could be changing.
Yeah, on Wednesday, Republicans advanced legislation that defines how teachers can discuss certain concepts in the classroom.
Senate leader Phil Berger says his chamber is taking action when it comes to critical race theory. The latest version of House Bill 324 prevents teachers from compelling students to adopt any ideas from a list of 13 beliefs. Some of those beliefs include one race or sex is inherently superior to another race or sex, and an individual solely by virtue of his or her race or sex is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive. The full list can be found in the draft of House Bill 324. Senator Berger says he doesn't want students' ideas to be influenced in any way.
We want our students to learn to think for themselves, not to be indoctrinated in a particular way. And the concern is that that is what is either happening or is very close to happening in our schools.
It's believed Governor Roy Cooper will veto any bill that reaches his desk on this topic. Republicans would likely not have enough votes to override a veto. A new consequence coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Drug overdoses hit a record high last year. The CDC reports 93,000 OD deaths in 2020, shattering the previous high of 72,000 deaths the year before that. It's a 29% increase and the biggest year-to-year jump since 2016. Public health experts believe one reason for the increase is lockdowns, preventing people from accessing treatment. CDC researchers reviewed death certificates to come up with the estimate for 2020 overdose deaths. As staggering as the number is, it's just part of what was the deadliest year in U.S. history with 3.3 million deaths.
A woman who lost her vision says sometimes she doesn't feel seen. Just ahead, hear about one little thing you can do to make her feel more included.
Weather on the Ones is brought to you by Talk It Out NC. Take the pledge. Stop underage drinking. TalkItOutNC.org.
I've always been inspired by possibility, taking elements that exist and putting them together to create something new. Rooms to Go understands the power of this. With Rooms to Go, you can easily make the most of every space. Whether you want a place to share or somewhere just for you. The incredible styles, colors, fabrics means you can always find the perfect something. And the best part, you can do it all within budget. Whether you shop online or at a store near you, anything's possible at Rooms to Go.
Is your wireless service charging you more and giving you less? It's time for Spectrum Mobile.
So I can get more for less?
Yeah. In fact, most customers who switch save up to 40% on their wireless bill. Get unlimited talk and text with the fastest overall speeds and the most reliable coast-to-coast coverage. Switch to Spectrum Mobile with plans starting at $14 a gig. Call 844-878-0004. How many lines?
Easy solution that lasts. Try Microban 24 bathroom cleaner. Simply spray and wipe away to easily dissolve soap scum and kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria initially. Then reapply and allow to dry on.
So I'm trying to I was trying to show the date, but it's not showing right now, so I'm trying to find it.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a late back Sunday afternoon, you wish you never had. The whole man tastes the bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
So I guess I should have explained that earlier, but it is what I'm trying to do for this video. I planned for it to be a minute long, but look at it now at 10:31.
Well enough. But is it really well enough? Can't lift your child? At Ridley and Brantley, we'll fight for your compensation for today's injuries and tomorrow's losses. Ridley and Brantley, when justice counts.
OMFG, our modern family guarantee. You'll LOL all week long. I hope it to be as cool as you guys in 30 years.
She think we're 50? No, she's just really bad at math.
Modern Family Nightly.
It's at 6:30 on CW20. Sorry. Another way to get the money. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you were listening. Well, my ass.
And then forecast. Quick tropical update though, as we are monitoring a low risk for tropical development just north east of Bermuda. Could be spread in the next 3 to 5 days. Chance is only about 10%. We've got a more likely chance that we're going to be impacted by wet weather here in the next couple of days. In the next couple of afternoons, it's a 20% chance for rain, dry in the morning and right through midday. But then in the early afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms will start to show up. There's 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Futurecast showing that around sunset, a lot of the action starts to disappear. When you go through this all again on Friday, mostly dry in the morning, in the afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be showing up. And really for the next couple of days, the risk for severe weather is low. It's more often like northern areas in the Midwest here. But you could be strong
It's definitely raining a little bit.
It will extend the rain and increases as we go through the weekend into next week. And as a result, I'm expecting it to be a little bit cooler. Highs from Sunday through Wednesday are going to be in the 80s.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to find something that shows the date.
Spectrum News One launched a new series called The Little Things Matter. Now, these are the things you can do to make a more inclusive community.
And today we're talking about a woman who lives in Charlotte. She lost her sight 15 years ago. Now she wants to be seen, saying sometimes when she's out with friends, others make her feel invisible.
Spectrum News One reporter Stephanie Escobar shares her story.
Rosebud Turner has lived in this Charlotte home for over 2 decades, and she loves it.
The fact that it's big, but small.
What do you think about the politics? Next.
after losing her vision. In 2006, she became blind after having diabetic retinopathy, a complication from diabetes. It happened after her husband had a stroke, and as she focused on him, she let her health become a secondary priority. Since then, she's taken steps to manage her diabetes and to navigate the world in a different way.
Or to breathe. I had work to do. I had to learn how to be blind.
Before retirement, she learned how to type without ever needing to see the keys. And later on, she published 2 children's books. They show blindness doesn't interfere with the relationship.
It comes from a bold new hairstyle.
Own story. And sharing her vision for the cover with sighted friends.
You have the main
So today is the 14th of July 2021.
But when you see them together, one little thing
I've been
says
here
you can do is speak to her
this
directly,
hotel
whether you have a
for
question or you're just chatting.
They might say hello, and then immediately they talk
over
to the
6
person
months.
about that. It is a very condescending thing to do.
They may not even mean it that way, but it makes her feel as if others believe she's incapable.
I am not a person first to those people. I'm just blind.
But if you include Turner, you'll see all she's accomplished.
You can do anything anybody else can do. You just will have to do it indifferently.
Agents near you how to make persistent lives.
It's a government agency crucial to stopping violent crime in America. So why doesn't it have a pundit leader?
Ever wanted the sensation like you're floating on air? You can with Skechers' new Glide Step footwear. Feels like you're floating as our Aero Comfort outsoles give you a perfectly soft landing that propel you forward. Plus, they have Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Try Skechers' new Glide Step.
It's Don and Chris, and we have a new podcast. It's called, can we say it together? The Ham and Dog. We talk about it all. No rules, no limits, all love. I love you, brother. I love you, John. Subscribe exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
By using the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator, you can easily see how you can save hundreds of dollars a year by switching to Spectrum. I don't use calculators. Oh, this one's easy. You just put in your current provider, how many lines you have, and how much data you use, and see your savings instantly. Well, you've never used a calculator? No, I do it all in my head. Okay, what's 865,329 times 754? 652,458,066. Is that right? Oh, see how much money you can save. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator. Pretty smart.
Welcome to the Templeton of Cary, where life meets living. The Templeton is a continuing care retirement community that emphasizes flexibility, wellness, and delectable dining, all with no entry fee. Enjoy a lovely apartment with open floor plans, abundant natural light, and upscale finishes, or be pampered in the numerous amenity areas. Plan for an engaging lifestyle today with the reassurances of healthcare when and if you need them. Come visit and become a priority partner today.
I'm Lauren Fox on campus.
Like the idea of running in just 30 days.
If you try Smile Actives, I think you're going to be amazed and wowed.
Just add to your toothpaste toothbrush. Go to smileactives.com now and get a second one free.
So now we learn that the United States military's top brass devised a plan to prevent potentially staging a coup after the 2020 election. Why were they so worried? Because of what they saw surrounding January 6th, how they were getting rid of everybody from the Trump administration in the upper echelons of the Pentagon. Doesn't matter to Trump. Let's bring in Republican Congressman Dr. Michael Burgess of Texas on this. It's good to see you, sir, as always.
Well, good to see you. Can I just correct one thing? I don't believe in the vaccine. I believe in God, but I think the vaccine was an answer to our prayers.
What is that supposed to mean?
You went before the break, you said that I believe in the vaccine. Well, actually, I believe the vaccine was an answer to prayer. Certainly a prayer that I had prayed many, many nights between January of 2020 and when we finally got the emergency use authorization.
Do you think the vaccine works?
I don't think there's any question, because look at the data, look at the hospitalizations, look at the deaths. You saw where we were in October, November, December, and those rates have now plummeted. Sure, you've got a couple of variants out there that are causing a great deal of concern, the Delta and the Lambda.
I got my vaccine.
They pose problems to people who've already had the 2 doses of the vaccine. But people need to pay attention to this. It's all important information. This is, after all, a novel virus. No one's had a whole lot of experience with this up until now.
You say people need to pay attention to this. Is that fair? Isn't it true that too many people have been paying attention to members of your party who are lying to them about the vaccine and telling them that it's deep state, government overreach, it doesn't really work, you don't really need it, it's Democrat rule?
I've heard that, Chris. But look, I think the current administration missed a wonderful opportunity in March. In fact, Andy Slav recommended to, before President Biden gave a big speech one night, he said, I give a tip of the hat to the previous administration for a good job well done on the vaccine, because it was a job well done. I was at those meetings in January 2020. Many of those public health officials that you would recognize if I called them by name said it would be 18 months before we get a vaccine, and that's if everything goes perfectly and nothing ever goes perfectly. 18 months would be where we are today. Can you imagine if we were just now getting the emergency use authorization for one of those vaccines?
God forbid, to borrow your mechanism. But let me ask you this. Imagine where we would be if the designer of Operation Warp Speed, certainly at the top of the food chain, President Trump, had told people to take the vaccine. Had told people he had taken it, and that he had given it to his family, and he had pushed it robustly. And people like you had been on him to do so when he wasn't. Imagine then where we would be.
He did. He went on television and said he'd take the
He
vaccine.
did it as little as he could, doctor, and you know it.
People need to do their own research, figure things out. I mean, you don't have to be told by your government whether it's a good or a bad thing. Figure it out. Look at the disease rates and what has happened since January 1st of this
You don't
year.
think that it is the Bush president's job to tell people that the vaccine was good, available, and to take it as often as he told them that the election was a lie, and that he was still a president, and that there was fraud? You don't think the vaccine being pushed was more of a mandate for him than that? Do you really think he did enough for pushing the vaccine? Really?
I really think that I meant for this video to be a minute long.
And he got pushed to, because he was told by his public health officials, look, 20 years ago we beat SARS, we didn't have a vaccine, we didn't have an antiviral, we did it with public health measures, quarantine and contact tracing, except with this virus, that didn't work because of that long latency period. Remember that 10 days to 2 weeks where you could be technically infected and not symptomatic?
Yes.
That was a big problem with this virus.
Right, but we got the vaccine. And then they didn't push it. And then, to make it worse, you know what the numbers are right now. Do you think it's a coincidence that you have so many more Republican and Trump supporters who aren't vaccinated, and that so many of them say they're not going to take it for some political reason? How they cheered at CPAC? Let me play you some of the sound that makes my point.
Representative,
let me play this for the audience.
Are going to drive oppositional behavior, and this is known, and I don't know why.
But maybe this video is good for people that don't have TVs around the world. I really wish they would, because I think it's, even though I don't like to watch too much TV because of the electronic waves that the device emits, I think it needs to be limited. I don't like to be too close to a TV, but I do think that it serves a degree of entertainment for people around. It should be people universally for people around the globe. And I mentioned in one of my think tank posts on my website at www.dcwdcw.com, one of my recent posts from this month, July, I believe, of 2021, mentions ending homelessness and options for homelessness. Actually, models that have already been created and are already used, but aren't being used nearly as largely as they should be in order to alleviate and to ultimately end homelessness worldwide.
After within 30 days of taking the vaccine,
Government and so-called public health experts are trying to force your kids to get injected with an experimental COVID vaccine, whether you want them to or not.
And then they come and intimidate you to take the vaccine by name. You get to tell them to get the hell off of your lawn.
But the focus of this administration on vaccination is mind-boggling. Plus, they're going to be knocking on your door soon. So go home and check your Ring doorbell. Anthony Thatcher might be there on the spot.
So this is a shout out to my homies in Africa. I actually saw two African-based HBO shows recently that mentioned some of the. Actually, one was a movie, and then the other was a documentary movie. And the first one dealt with the LGBT community and the progress that it's made there. I think the last scene of it was that the one particular entertainer slash, I believe, fashion designer slash dancer or choreographer was dismissed. Case was dismissed with the federal court of the town there in Africa, and so that was good. I thought that the LGBT community as a minority community, personally, I believe that it's great that they've made strides there. The other movie last night dealt with Sudan and how people there, how it was pretty sad how like a family was broken apart. Some of the family members were killed in community, and eventually they were, after years of living in a refugee camp, escaping to a refugee camp and spending over a decade in the refugee camp, they made it to America, and then they split up. The brothers split up from their one sister because they weren't putting males and females together. And so eventually the sister got back, they all got back together and got jobs and stuff. But just watching that movie showed me how when they got to America, they didn't know what a telephone was. I don't remember them having TVs or even living like indoors in Africa. And so I think TVs would be great for the many tiny houses that are mentioned in the YouTube video there on my think tank. Check it out at www.dcwdcw.com. Okay, so let's see. Today is the 14th of July, 2021. So yeah, I got to clean up here.
I'm just saying, it's hard to tell people the truth. There's a lot of people are lying about something that matters so much. That's why I wanted you on, Congressman. I respect you as a clinician. I respect your position on this. We need voices like yours to speak truth to the poisonous. That's why I want you on. Congressman Michael Burgess, good luck to you and stay up.
thank you.
Oh. There's breaking news tonight in Britney Spears' battle for freedom. She's got a New York, okay? That would probably make all the difference. The pop star spoke to a court again today, this time in tears, accusing her father of abuse. A judge ruled in her favor. She's got her own lawyer. We're going to bring in her former attorney to set the stage now for what this means and what will happen next.
I'm so ready to do my own light show, like for my own performances, my singing and dancing performances, and my own light show. You can see that was in the initial business proposal online. Okay, yeah, it's the 14th of July.
You just have to trust me. Did the father came back yesterday?
My daughter's innocent.
Well, my housekeeper does does come, could come daily. I could let a housekeeper clean daily. I don't usually do daily.
I know she is.
And I do want a housekeeper when I do get a house. Hopefully, if I ever get a home, the home I want. Not a living, but a full-time housekeeper.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss.
So the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical studies on a formula only found in Preservision.
If it were my vision, I'd ask my doctor about Preservision.
It's the most...
I'll link in that particular think tank entry in the description section. So be sure if you're on the phone, it has to drop the arrow, the tiny arrow, to click the tiny arrow to see the description section so that you can see the link. Alright, thanks. Have a wonderful night.